Leeward 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
It's time for another recap for the aviation industry as the week comes to an end, focusing on developments with KLM, ITA Airways, and their Airbus A350, Aeromexico, and more. So sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, and stay tuned as I dive into it. We're beginning right off the bat with KLM, which announced a mammoth summer schedule for this calendar year. The summer season is typical for most airlines, as among the essential travel periods as people take leave and enjoy their time away from work and school. For KLM and airlines alike, it's also an incredibly crucial period as we continue to emerge from the slumps of the pandemic, which rendered travel demand to catastrophic lows. Making the most of what demand is present is critical, and during a summer season that is going to be uninterrupted, KLM wants to pounce on this. The airline has announced that it will fly to 167 destinations around the world this summer, with 96 of those being located in none other than Europe across their primary haul operations and subsidiaries, while a further 71 of those will be intercontinental, bringing the total, of course, to 167. These services will be in motion through to the end of October, when they'll once again revert to their winter schedule. European services will feel the brunt of the expansion, with a 10% increase in the capacity reported for services through to the countries that do make up Europe. This comes as KLM are seeing an increase in bookings for services compared to last year. This, though, isn't a shock to me, given the current ongoing circumstances making travel a lot more straightforward than previous years with regards to testing and vaccination status. For KLM, some services, though, will still remain suspended, with notably China being one of the biggest. This is due to the ongoing restrictions there, making it near on impossible to fly in or out of, and this has been covered on multiple occasions here on the channel, with the impacts on Cathay Pacific and Greater Bay. The ban on flying, though, will also extend through to the Russian airspace, and this means flight times to other Asian destinations will be extended by a couple of hours due to this. Will you be jumping on board a KLM service this summer? Let me know down below in the comments, and also your general thoughts on the airline flying to 167 destinations, a fantastic total. Alitalia 2.0, or known as ITA, has shown off its brand new Airbus A350 in the past week, as preparations continue to ramp up over at the Italian carrier as they look to expand services. The Airbus A350, if you are unaware, will be the airline's flagship aircraft, and with a total fleet of 55 units at the time of recording spread across narrow-body aircraft, it does have plans to only continue expanding as time moves along. They see by 2025 a total of 100 plus units within their operations, and by the end of this calendar year, 78 aircraft, including that flagship 350. Launching on the 15th of October 2021, the airline is relatively new to the industry and did actually launch only a day after the collapse of Alitalia, taking on most of their aircraft and routes. These new aircraft I speak of that were with Alitalia have slowly but surely been repainted into their new scheme, which, as you've probably seen throughout this segment of the video, is a strong, vibrant blue colour that covers the entire body, from the front to the tail. What are your thoughts, though, on their 350? Do let me know down in the comments, as I'd be very interested to hear your take. I think the livery looks good on the 350, don't get me wrong, but I can't pinpoint my feeling on why something doesn't feel right. I don't know if the blue is too strong or it feels a bit dated. Let's move on to the next topic, though, of today's aviation news recap, if you will. Aeromexico returns with news that they will be acquiring further aircraft, following them actually announcing only a week or so ago that they have indeed emerged from Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The Air Lease Corporation, one of the biggest leasing companies in the aviation world, will be helping fulfill Aeromexico's needs, with 9 further 737 MAX aircraft arriving at the airline over the coming years. This will be broken up with 2 of the 737-8s and finally 7 of the longer 737-9 aircraft. Deliveries are currently slated between July 2022 and August 2023, so roughly they'll be delivered over a 13 or 12-month period and will boost overall capacity. The airline is thankful to have emerged in a position where now it can genuinely look ahead towards the future at what will hopefully be better times for the airline and its global operations. With the announcement that they will be acquiring a further additional 9 aircraft, the only way is up. And with the 737 MAX series offering them excellent fuel efficiency, they'll undoubtedly be able to reap the rewards of operating additional units of the type in the long term. If you have any thoughts on Aeromexico acquiring some additional Boeing 737 MAXs in the coming year from the Air Lease Corporation, do feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. But let's move on to the final topic of today. This time it's centering around Etihad Airways, who I did actually cover in a video yesterday. If you missed that video, do be sure to go and take a look back on the channel as the developments are intriguing. However, there's something else that was not discussed. Yesterday, they did fly the 350 for the first time with passengers on board. What I did not take a look at, though, was that the airline had also announced plans to firm up an options for a further 2 additional A350-1000s. This means their total order book for the A350-1000s will be at 14 with firm commitments, if you will. There are also 6 extra A350-1000s listed as backlogs. Of course, though, this is going to be down to further confirmation of obligations contractually from Etihad, as there's still quite a fair bit of restructuring with the ongoing carrier following that mammoth order for aircraft in the early to mid-2010s. This primarily resulted in their downfall. Since that order, we've seen various cutting of specific commitments from the 350 to the 777X, and they've been tremendous. This means the reworking, for me, to be honest, has been quite hard to keep up with, as they've continued to make changes and explore options at reducing, potentially growing, maybe even ordering a different type. As you can see on your screen, though, they are rolling out a new business class and also an economy class, and undoubtedly, people that are definitely interested in cabin products have gotten excited by this, and I'd be interested to hear your take. What do you think of the Etihad Airways A350-1000 business class? Is this something you'd be willing to try out? In the coming months, they'll be flying the A350s, just to reiterate, on your shorter to medium haul services, and then from July onwards, the plan is to get them on those long haul services from the likes of Abu Dhabi through to Chicago, New York, among other destinations, so it will definitely be worldwide, giving you the opportunity to fly it if you are headed to the Middle East. That's going to conclude today's aviation news recap. I do hope you are enjoying this series, frequently featuring across the channel a little bit more. I have been listening to feedback, and a lot of you have been saying that you've been wanting to see longer videos more frequently to really make clicking on the video worth it. You get more stories in the one video rather than just a quick 3-minute one. So I'm doing my best. I hope you're enjoying it. Like I said, this is going to be on-off. It means it won't be every single day. We may have a couple shorter videos and then a longer one, but it's going to come out on the channel more frequently than once a month or once a week. Thanks once again for the continued support. It is greatly appreciated. Do take care and be safe, and I will see you next time.